Hello, this is Craig again. I'd like to welcome you here and thank you for coming. It means a lot to me that you chose your time to spend watching this. Today we're going to talk about something that is the most confrontive conversation that I've had with you. It's about why you don't get what you want. And I think it's really important. And there's a couple of things that I want to say on that. One of them, I think it's the most important one, is this. In life, you have two choices. You get the results that you want, getting the things that you want, or you get the reasons why not. It's very unfortunate, but human beings seemed very willing to be satisfied with the reasons why they don't have what they want. Like, I have a feeling right now, if you told me something that you've always wanted and you don't have, you could give me a list, an exhaustive list of why you don't have it. And if you use your brain to come up with reasons why you don't have what you want, to me, that's like taking aspirin for cancer. You get a little bit of relief from feeling responsible, but you don't go to the root cause of your difficulty. And your real difficulty is the frustration of not getting the things that you want. And by the way, after you get the things that you want, then you're going to want more things. And you're going to want to do that until you're not around anymore. That's just the nature of the beast. It's not like all of a sudden one day you go, oh, I got what I want, game over. No, the game isn't over until your life is over. So, I think there's 5 major styles of operation that when you're in one of these, you're not producing the results that you want. They are sabotage, guilt, resentment, righteousness, and victim. And they're actually energy fields. If you get sensitive, you can walk by somebody you don't even know, and you can pick up on which of those energies they're living and expressing their lives from. And remember, it's not that you're wrong or you're bad because you do this. It's just a pattern or a habit that you picked up when you weren't willing to be responsible. And I love the word responsibility. It's my favorite word, in fact, because it comes from 2 words, responsibility. If you don't take responsibility, you give up the ability to respond. So be responsible for your entire life, every aspect. Even if it's something that you feel is negative, you are responsible because that's going to allow you to respond. You will have the ability to respond, to have transformation around that issue, whatever it is. So anytime that somebody doesn't take responsibility, I'm quite clear, I don't have a lot to talk to them about it because they can't do anything about it. So each of these, of the 5, let's start with victim. I think it's the most prevalent in our society. Everything in your circumstance is the reason why you don't have what you want. You are a victim. It is being done to you. Either your parents, your siblings, your work, your mate, your partner, the people, your friends. It doesn't matter. We always are coming up with reasons. And why? Because we're afraid of failure. And if there's one thing that you can get out of this is don't be afraid of failure. It is what you need to move on to the next level of the game. The thing you have to be concerned about is that you haven't been aware of where you were failing. When you become aware of where you are failing, you can take responsibility and do something about it. So the minute you go into victim, realize you're not going to get what you want. Guaranteed. Resentment. I don't like them. They're bad. Muslims are bad. Catholics are bad. Jewish are bad. Whatever. When you resent whatever you're dealing with, you will never produce a good result. It doesn't happen. It's impossible. It's like a mathematical equation. The resentment builds a negative result always. Okay? So when you are resenting, you need to get the energy. Oh, I'm in resentment. That I'm not going to get what I want. So you can continue resenting if you want, but then don't be surprised when you're not getting the results that you want. Sabotage. I've been in more business meetings and more events with friends, social occasion, and somebody walks in and everything falls apart. That person thrives on chaos. There's some politicians that I could name, but I won't, that also thrive on chaos. Let's create, because that way we'll never know who really would have won, who really would have lost. And in our own lives, giving up, throwing everything up, and just letting it all go, we create chaos, which is sabotage for us getting the results that we want. Okay? And the last one is righteousness. Excuse me, there's two more. Guilt and righteousness. Righteousness. I'm right and you're wrong. This is one I have to deal with on a daily basis. Because I'm talking about all of this, don't think like I've got all this handled. I could have people come around and explain that it's not like I'm walking on water by any means. When you are right, it means whatever you're dealing with, I don't care if it's your pet or your house or your friends or your partner, whatever, if you're making them wrong, you will never produce a satisfactory result. Period. You've got to realize that for them, what they are dealing with, their reality is just as real, just as true, and just as meaningful as you for yours. It's very hard to get because you want to go, how can these people, how can they be so wrong? And realize when you make them wrong, you cut off communication. Communing with people, getting somewhere. Communication is the universal solvent. It's where you're going to solve all of your difficulties. And if you're making somebody wrong, there's nothing faster as a way to block it. It's like if you know charcoal drawings, right? You draw it with charcoal, right? And you have to be careful because the charcoal will smudge, and so you spray this lacquer on it that holds it in place. When you make somebody wrong, you spray lacquer on them and you'll say, I'll get to you later. Maybe you see them in 6 months and in your mind, oh, I remember exactly how they are. You've allowed them no occasion to grow or develop. And it also includes with yourself. Making yourself wrong is the same thing. You will not produce satisfactory results by making yourself wrong. There's a story about this psychologist who used to put a rat in a maze, and he put cheese in the fourth tunnel. And if you do it enough times, the rat will go to the fourth tunnel. And then if you take the cheese out of the fourth tunnel and you put it in another tunnel, the rat will go to the fourth tunnel, get pissed off, go back to the beginning, go to the fourth tunnel. But pretty soon he'll start looking in the other tunnels. Unfortunately, humans have a tendency to go to the fourth tunnel for the rest of their life because they're more interested in being in the right tunnel than in getting the cheese. Look in your life where you're not getting the results that you want and how you can act, look, and perform differently. Go into different tunnels. Try it out. If you think that you're always like this, try on some new way of being. You have an infinite ability to transform. Don't get stuck in making yourself wrong and then living into that wrongness, because you will not get the results that you want. And the last one is guilt. When you were a little kid and you did something wrong and you were in trouble and you said, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm bad. And they said, okay, we'll let it go. And you learned that feeling guilty about yourself or about something you've done somehow can relieve that pain of feeling like you're a bad person. So we often feel like, oh, I'm so bad. Or when guilt comes in, it's always a negative result. There's no way you can produce a good result when you're being guilty about something. So forgive yourself. Number one, forgive yourself. You want to know how to treat yourself? I can tell you clearly. Treat yourself as if you were a child with whom you are very fond. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Forgive yourself. That will allow you to get what you want. And you can stop punishing yourself. You can stop feeling the victim. You can stop feeling guilty. You can stop sabotaging. You can stop resentment. and regret. Regret, feeling, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. If only I hadn't have done that, then everything would have been different. Again, you will never produce satisfactory results. Now, I'm very clear that everything we said is just very confrontive, and I'm cutting right down to the bone of stuff because I don't want to waste your time. All of these things, all of them, I deal with on a regular basis, particularly the righteous. It's a personal pet peeve of mine that I'm constantly working on because I think that I've gathered all this information and I can clearly show you where you're wrong. Nobody wants to be wrong. And when you get that they're not wrong, they're just different, miracles take place. That's where you can have Jewish people and Palestinian people, Israeli people and Palestinian people getting along when you're not making the other person wrong and you're getting their reality. And you can do this with the very people that you have the most difficulty with in your life. And if you don't want to have them around, you don't have to. But you can let go of that resentment. Forgive the people around you. Everyone is doing the best they can with what they have to work with. And you have no idea what other people are going through. I don't care if it's a partner that you're around 10 hours a day. You still have a whole part of your life that they have no idea about, and vice versa. So when you think you really know somebody, you don't. You don't really even know yourself. Hopefully that's an exploration that's constantly coming up with new material. And with that, forgive yourself. Don't make other people wrong. Get over the guilt. Get over the resentment. And live your life in the moment, finding what you want, correcting it when you make a mistake. By the way, rejoicing when you see you've made a mistake. Rejoice. Do you know why? It's been brought up and you can deal with. The things that are your real problems are the ones you're not seeing. It's like I used to work with this course on teaching people how to get off of drugs and get off of nicotine. And one of the things with cigarettes that I would say is, when you have the desire to have a cigarette, don't fight it. Welcome it. They're like, welcome it? I said, yes. What does the desire to have a cigarette mean? I don't know. I said, it means you're not smoking. And if you're not smoking, that means that you're getting healthier. Your blood is clearing out, your mind is getting clearer, you're smelling better, and you're getting healthy. That desire is a positive thing. And I want to tell you the same thing when you realize something about yourself that's very confrontive. Like, oh my God, I've been doing this my whole life. Rejoice. You've brought it to the surface. So it's something that you can actually do something about. Instead of having it live in your unconscious, controlling your actions in ways that you have no idea where that came from. Bring it up. Deal with it. You are worthy and you have what it takes to make it work. So again, I would ask you, if this resonated with you, please share it. Please comment. And there's a book. If you're interested, there's a link. It's under $3. If you have a problem, send me a message and I will send you a free copy. Just about getting the good news out there and showing people that they have much more ability than they ever knew. And I can do that because I have demonstrated in my life from my own self-doubt to be able to achieve results that are meaningful and important to me. Thank you.